This morning, the world of K-pop made headlines once again. Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS who is now actively pursuing his solo career, has officially written history by reaching 9.6 billion total streams on Spotify. This milestone makes him the fastest Asian artist ever to achieve such an incredible number. His achievement is not only about the scale of the numbers but also the speed at which he reached them. In a relatively short time after launching his solo career, Jungkook managed to surpass many global names. Spotify, with more than 600 million active users, has long been the benchmark of modern success, and this record further cements Jungkook's status as one of the defining global icons of his generation. Adding to the celebration, 4 of his solo tracks have now each surpassed 1 billion streams, with 7 featuring Latto leading the way as one of the most dominant tracks since its release in 2023. His debut album Golden has also passed 6 billion streams on the platform, making it one of the most streamed Asian albums in Spotify's history. Beyond that, Jungkook has become the first Asian soloist to have 19 different songs each surpass 100 million streams, a clear reflection of how every project he releases resonates widely across global audiences. Golden is no ordinary debut album. Released in November 2023, it quickly soared to the top with hits like Standing Next to You, showcasing powerful vocals in a retro-funky style, 3D featuring Jack Harlow with its modern R&B vibe, and 7, which became a summer anthem worldwide. With 6 billion streams from this album alone, Jungkook has surpassed several Western heavyweights. Critics have praised Golden as a mature work, proving that Jungkook has established his own musical identity outside of BTS. His artistry now stands shoulder to shoulder with soloists like The Weeknd, Justin Bieber, and Ed Sheeran. The speed at which Jungkook reached 9.6 billion streams stands out even more when compared to other global stars. Justin Bieber, often dubbed the Prince of Pop, only crossed the 10 billion mark after many years of dominating Spotify, while Ed Sheeran, who holds Shape of You as one of the most streamed songs in the platform's history, also required a longer period of consistent performance. Jungkook's milestone illustrates how K-pop is no longer a niche genre limited to Asia, but has become an essential part of the global mainstream. His success mirrors a larger trend: the dominance of K-pop in the digital era. Since the early 2010s, the Hallyu wave has reshaped the global music landscape, but streaming platforms like Spotify have amplified its influence. While BTS, Blackpink, and New Jeans have all made their mark as groups, Jungkook's accomplishment as a soloist highlights that individual K-pop artists can also thrive and compete globally. This trend emphasizes that K-pop has matured into a global driving force in music, not just a cultural export from South Korea. The moment K-pop Herald announced Jungkook's latest record earlier this morning, social media exploded. On X, formerly Twitter, hashtags like #Jungkook9600M and #GoldenRecord immediately trended in multiple countries, including Indonesia. Armies around the world flooded timelines with congratulatory posts, video edits, and career highlights. In Brazil, fans organized streaming parties to celebrate, while in Japan the news was featured prominently on Yahoo Japan Entertainment. These reactions proved that Jungkook's success is not just about numbers but also about a loyal global fanbase ready to amplify every step of his career. Many fans believe this milestone marks the beginning of a new era for Jungkook after completing his mandatory military service in mid-2025. His return to the industry has been met with incredible anticipation, and now that he is back, he has immediately demonstrated unmatched dominance. Industry watchers are already predicting new projects on the horizon, whether in the form of a fresh single, high-profile collaborations, or even a world tour. Rather than slowing down due to his service hiatus, Jungkook has returned stronger, cementing his image as a true global pop star. From the perspective of the music industry, Jungkook's record carries significant weight. On Spotify, streaming numbers are not only an indicator of popularity, but also a direct source of massive revenue. Labels recognize Jungkook as a global asset with cross-genre appeal, which explains why his name is increasingly linked to potential collaborations with stars like Dua Lipa, Post Malone, and Billie Eilish. For South Korea, his success also represents a major cultural and economic win, as K-pop continues to be one of the nation's most valuable cultural exports. Interestingly, Jungkook's influence extends far beyond Asia. Spotify data shows that his largest listener bases are in the United States, Europe, and Latin America. Seven became one of the rare non-English tracks to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 for weeks, proving that music can transcend language barriers. At the same time, his dominance in Asian markets remains undeniable, with Japan and Indonesia consistently ranking among his strongest streaming regions. This dual success across East and West underscores his position as a true global superstar. What lies ahead for Jungkook? Many analysts predict the release of a second album in the near future. With the momentum following his military service, expectations are high that it will surpass Golden in both scale and impact. Fans worldwide are also eager for a full solo tour, which would allow Jungkook to command the stage entirely on his own, bringing his unmatched energy to audiences without sharing the spotlight. If his current trajectory continues, Jungkook is on track to become the first Asian soloist to break the 15 billion stream mark, a milestone once thought impossible but now within reach. Ultimately, Jungkook's 9.6 billion streams on Spotify represent more than just a personal achievement. They mark a turning point in the history of global music. He has proven that an Asian soloist can lead the industry, not just participate in it. With ARMY's unwavering support, his high-quality music, savvy digital strategies, and undeniable charisma, Jungkook has transcended his title as BTS's Golden Magne. He now stands firmly as a global icon at the forefront of pop music. If 9.6 billion is only the beginning, the world can expect even greater milestones from Jungkook in the years to come. Beyond the numbers, Jungkook's achievement is also a story about cultural impact. For decades, global pop music was largely dominated by Western acts, particularly those from the United States and the United Kingdom. The idea that an Asian solo artist could not only compete, but dominate streaming charts on platforms like Spotify would have been unthinkable 2 decades ago. Jungkook's milestone challenges that old paradigm, rewriting what it means to be a global pop star. His success illustrates the democratizing power of digital platforms, where talent, dedication, and fan support can outweigh the traditional barriers of geography, language, and market control. The rise of Jungkook also highlights the shift in audience behavior. Listeners are no longer confined to what is played on radio or promoted heavily by Western labels. Instead, they actively seek out music through playlists, social media recommendations, and viral trends on TikTok or Instagram. Songs like Seven spread not only because of promotional campaigns, but also because fans across cultures felt emotionally connected to the music. That organic spread is what allowed Jungkook to grow from a K-pop idol into a universal voice in contemporary pop. Cultural critics argue that Jungkook represents more than just an individual success story. He embodies the next stage of the Korean wave. While BTS as a group introduced millions to the richness of Korean music, Jungkook's solo career proves that the movement is sustainable at the individual level.